Students. In this section, we are going to see about Pickle module, which is the binary file handling module available in Python. So we are handling three types of file in Python: the text file, the binary file, and the CSV file. Okay, so the binary file is different from the CSV file and the text file because the binary file need special module to operate. Also, the CSV file also needs special module to operate. But here, the binary files which cannot be read in form of textual information by the usual text editors. Okay, we have to open the binary files in separate ways. For that, we are using the Pickle module. Okay, so if we wish to write a structure as a list or dictionary or to a file and read it subsequently, we need to use the Pickle module. That is, if we want to write something into a binary file, first we need to convert it into binary form, and then we have to convert back to original form to use a binary file. That is the main part. So what is the Pickle module? It is used to convert the data structure, that can be a list or a tuple or a dictionary, to a byte stream, that means into a binary form, that is zeros and ones. We need a special module called the Pickle. Okay, so there are two processes are there, pickling and unpickling. Okay, so the pickling is the process of converting our data, normal textual information, into byte stream to write into a binary file. So the byte stream means zeros and ones. Every textual information, maybe it's a table, maybe a set of characters only, so they have to be converted into byte streams, that is zeros and ones to before we are writing that particular information into a binary file. So the pickling is the process of converting the data in a textual form into byte stream. Okay, so zeros and ones, that process is called a pickling. Then unpickling is just the opposite of pickling process. So this unpickling is the process of converting this byte stream, the data in the binary form, converting this back to original data. Okay, so for example, if we are converting a list, a particular list, to a binary data, we are using the process of pickling. Then the binary data, that is now the list is in binary form, right? So unpickling is the process of converting this particular list in the binary form back to the original textual form. Okay, so that is pickling and unpickling. Then first we have to import this Pickle module, like we import any other module in Python to work on this binary files. So using the import statement, we can import the Pickle module. Okay, so after we import the Pickle module, we have to perform these operations, pickling and unpickling on the binary files. For that, we are available with the two methods in the Pickle module, which are the dump and load. Okay, so the dump and load binary files. Okay, the dump and load methods. So what is the Pickle dump method? The dump method is used to write objects into a binary file or a symbol file which is opened in binary write mode. Okay, so every file need to be opened in Python before performing operations on them. Either it can be write or read or append. Okay, so the dump method is used to write objects. These objects can be any data structures, a list or a tuple or a dictionary, like we have seen in the example. Then this object can be written into a file, okay, which should be opened in binary write mode. Okay, so the file must be created before we perform these operations. Okay, what should be the extension of a binary file? What should be the extension of a text file? .txt. Like that, the extension of a binary file is .dat. Okay, so a particular binary file need to be in the file system, and then this file or this binary file must be opened in binary write mode to perform the pickle.dump method. Okay, so here is you can see the syntax: dump, then object, then file object. So object is the data you want to write into the binary file. Then file object is the object we have created for that particular file while we are opening that particular file. So below that you can see a simple example there. F is equal to, that's the file object. F is equal to open, then list1 dot dat, that's our file, binary file, then opened in binary write mode, not just write mode or not just binary mode, binary write mode, WB. Okay, then we have initialized the list is equal to 1 2 3 4 5, so content of the list all are integers. Then pickle.dump list1 comma file object. So to the file is the object that points into that particular file. So file object, and then that object we are trying to write into that binary file. Okay, so after performing this operation, before performing this operation, we have to import the pickle module, and after performing this operation, we have to close the file using the file object, that is f.close. Okay, so it's simple as that. Then the pickle.load method. Okay, the load method is used to read data from a binary file that is opened in the binary read mode. There is a difference. The load method is used to read or access data from a binary file which is opened in the binary read mode. To read the data, the file must be in the read mode, right? So since it is a binary file, we need to open it in the binary read mode. Okay, so syntax is given here, similar to the dump method, which is load object, object is equal to load, then the file object, which object should be loaded. Okay, then f is equal to open, then the file is opened with the binary read mode. Okay, then list1 equal to pickle dot load f, that is the file object. Okay, then after loading this data, you can close that object, which is f dot close. Then finally we can print that list1. Okay, so whatever data inside that particular binary file, okay, so that is loaded into that particular list. Okay, then that list can be printed. Okay, so if we directly print a binary file, it will be in a not readable form, and we are not able to read that particular binary file, which will be in a set of characters which we do not understand. So for that, we have to load this particular set of information into a file object. Okay, either it is a list or tuple or a dictionary. Then we have to print that particular set of objects we have created using this load method. Then only we can view the informations correctly. Okay, so we can syntax. So here you can see that pickle method is imported. That means you have to import the built-in module pickle to perform these operations. Okay, then pickle.dump, then the dump method is created, and then object, that is the object we are creating, we are trying to write into that particular file. Then you can perform this open operation inside the pickle dump method itself, or you can perform the file object. If you are not creating the file object, then you can perform this open operation inside the pickle dump method. Okay, so there is a difference between the previous example and the present example. Okay, so in the previous example, we are opening the file before we are calling the dump method. So in here, the pickle.dump, inside the dump method itself, we are opening the file. Okay, so either you can create an object for this particular file, then call that file object inside the pickle dump method. Okay, so here it is, file path is given. So we have learned about the absolute path and the relative path, right? So if you are opening that particular, if our file is in a particular place where Python is installed, then we don't have to give the detailed path. If your file is in elsewhere in your system, then you have to give the detailed path. Then it should be opened in the binary write mode. Okay, then data is equal to pickle.dump object. Okay, then in the similarly this load method is also given there. Import pickle, then data equal to pickle.load, then particular object is assigned with the data inside the binary file. Okay, then the data is equal to pickle.load var. Okay, whatever characters inside them, they will be loaded into data. Okay, and I think in the section 4.20, there is a practical implementation of this particular both the reading and writing into the binary file, which is pickling and unpickling. So that program is given here. So there is a function created def bin file. Then inside that we are creating or we are performing this pickling and unpickling operations. So first we need to import the pickle module. So then file object is created, which is file is equal to open, then data.dat. That's our file we want to change. Then it is opened in the right binary write mode. Okay, then while true, it's a loop which is executed continue until a break condition occurred. So always that condition is always it is true. Then until break occurs, this loop is executed. Okay, so x is equal to a file object is created, x is equal to int input and an integer. So x having the value an integer inputted by the user. Then pickle.dump x comma file. So x is the value we have entered here. Okay, so if it is a particular value, for example 11, 10 or 13, or example any kind of integer can be entered there, then that particular integer is written into that particular binary file which is data.dat. Okay, then another uh, variable is created and is equal to input. Do you want to enter more data, y or n? If answer dot upper, then whatever character you are entered, it is turned into the uppercase letter using this upper method. Okay, if it is equal to n, then what happens? Break occurs. Okay, so if you want to enter more data, if you press y, what happens? The loop is executed once again. Okay, you can enter another data. Okay, then you will enter another data if the again it is you press y. Okay, until you press n for now, then what happens? This loop will continuously executed. So when you press n, what happens? Break statement is there, then you are break free from the particular loop and then go to the next statement, that is file.close. That file is closed. So write operation is completed. Then again file is equal to open data.dat in binary read mode. Okay, then there is an try and exception is there. So we have already learned about that exception handling, right? So try block and except block. Okay, to catch the errors which probably may occur. Okay, so while it is true, what happens? Y is equal to pickle.load. Particular object is equal to pickle.load file. Okay, pickle.load file. That particular file is loaded there. File object is loaded using this load function or trying to read that particular binary file. Then print y. So whatever values are now in the binary file data.dat, then it is given assigned into that variable y. Then we are printing the variable y. Okay, so if any error can be happen here. Okay, so we are loading a binary file, so there is a possibility of an error. Okay, so what the error we have given here? Except end of file error. If it is an empty file, what happens? End of file character will be there, right? So that error will be passed here. Okay, so if error, what happens? Pass, nothing will be executed, file will be closed, and then the program will display nothing there if error is there. Okay, so then what happens? The file is closed there. So that is our function part. Then finally outside the function we have called the function bin file. We have called the function there. Okay, so then what happens? We will get a program executed. So a temporary program output which I have been tried. So I have entered the integer 22. Then you can see I have entered the character y. Then the loop is once more executed. Another it asks for enter the integer once again. So in the I have entered 44 and then again pressed y. So similarly, two more data I have entered 66 and 88. So do you want to enter more data? I have pressed enter. So it is converted into that uppercase letter n, and then now the break statement will be executed. So we break free from the loop and then exited that. Then file is closed and then the second section, that the load method is executed. So 22, 44, 66 and 88. So this set of values are assigned to the variable y in the program. Okay, so variable y is assigned with this set of values, then this set of values will be displayed. Okay, so if what happens if I directly try to print the value print the file the data.dat. If we try to open that particular file, we will see that particular file in the notepad or any other text editor file, which we will see only a set of characters which we do not understand. Okay, so in textbook section 4.20 itself, there is a there is an example of opening that binfile.dat. Okay, there you can see that set of files, set of values are there which we do not understand. Okay, a set of characters is only there. Okay, so that is all about pickling and unpickling. I hope you understand about this pickling and unpickling. So these methods are used to write and read data from a binary file. Okay, so that is the purpose of pickle module. Okay, so thank you.